Holy Spirit, come. Holy Spirit, dwell here in this
Dang it, Alex.
house.
Sometimes when you pray for relief, you don't get to pick the delivery system of that relief. You don't get to pick that. And that doesn't always seem fair. Like, we want the sick to be healed, and we want the dead to rise, and we've been promised that, but that doesn't mean we're going to have it in the next minute. And I don't say that lightly or flippantly, because believe me, I have been spared a lot, like the close calls and not just with me, right? Because I don't know about you, Alex, but I don't really often feel like the worst thing that could happen is I die. I have greater fears than that. I fear something horrible happening to my child. Or that was so illuminating to me in that moment, to be like, okay, the thing I am grateful for in this moment, the comfort that I have, is that this body can do its worst and this world can do its worst, and I still have heaven. I still have Jesus. I still have grace. I still am forgiven. I still, when this broken thing that rebels against my wishes all of the time and doesn't want to function always like a healthy body, when she is just rebelling against what my heart and my soul and my mind want, I am still, I have a part, I have an eternity that cannot be forfeited by any of this, by any of this. I can't really tell anybody what their Holy Spirit experience should be, or the way that God saves them, or, and I would never tell someone, well, God needed an angel. Or I think one of the biggest mistakes that we make as people, but I see a lot of Christians do this. I see a lot of believers do this, because we want to fix it, and we've been told there's a formula. There's a certain math equation that we just need to do, and it's going to fix everything. And we want to be the fixer in the situation. And sometimes we just need to be the women at the foot of the cross. We don't need to say, well, if God is all powerful, I demand he fix this. I demand, and you can pray those things. I'm not telling you not to pray for miracles. I'm not, I love being surprised by a miracle.
Oh, yeah.
But I think we need to be careful qualifying other people's grief and pain and tragedy. And if you want to,
maybe just feel what they're feeling and be with them.
If you want to qualify your own experiences, then you, family, loved one, you are allowed to do that. You can qualify your own stuff, but I think it's dangerous, and I think it's pretty treacherous territory to try to qualify anyone else's grief or suffering or loss or experience or trauma. And I came home from the hospital one time. I was horribly sick. It was my daughter's first Christmas, and I knew I was going to miss it. It was Christmas Eve, and I had taken a turn, and my husband had to take me to the ER again. And I was like, man, I'm going to miss my baby's first Christmas. And my mom is so sick, worried about me. And in the immediacy of the tending to the physical thing, because no matter how hurt your feelings are, if someone cut your leg open or something, then you're not going to worry about these other feelings. You're just like, fix the thing, right? Fix the bleeding, fix the trauma, fix the physical injury. And so when that had passed a little and things got under control, and I was, thanks be to God, released from the hospital, and my husband and I crept home. I couldn't climb the stairs at my house, so I was staying at my mom's house and convalescing at the time. And my little baby girl was sleeping in her crib in my mom's house. And my husband and I snuck in. I think it was 2 a.m. shuffled into the house, and my husband's helping me, and I'm going to go lay down in the recliner. And I remember just staring across the table at the wall in the house that I grew up in. And I had this flood, this overwhelming flood, this relief. And I knew in that second, without even the words, that an army had been praying for me. Like there had been a heavy intercession on my behalf. Now, you have a mom. I have a mom. I am a mom. And maybe the army praying was my mother. Because sometimes I think
cool.
the prayer of a parent can be an army unto itself. So maybe it was just her. But I felt like it wouldn't have surprised me in the least if every person I had ever even looked at was praying for me, because that's how it felt. That's the relief that I felt. That's what I felt like was carrying me in that house. That blessing was carrying me in and ushering me into Christmas morning with my daughter, and my safety and my life intact. And I remember praying, please just let me hear what her voice sounds like. She hasn't even talked yet. My daughter is a baby. I just want to hear what her actual words sound like. Okay, please let me make it to seeing her get into kindergarten. Okay, please let me, I remember these prayers, and I also love people that prayed those prayers and didn't get them. I also have gone to funerals and overseen funerals of beloved people that didn't get physically rescued. And I needed the comforter, because guilt will creep in and really screw with your mind. It will really mess with you. And so there's just this oppressive, depressing cloud that can blanket people when they do make it through stuff. But I've also had bouts in my life where I'm like, how am I going to earn this rescue?
Fill this church with joy.